Hey everyone, want to do a quick NVIDIA update. Before watching the video, if you could just hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. I only post a few times a month with investment updates and content about NVIDIA and Bitcoin. So any kind of subscription would be greatly appreciated for all 7 or 8 of you watching. I came across this article this morning titled NVIDIA's data center revenues into Q4 look strong, um, according to Bernstein Wealth Management, all right, which is a huge um, global asset management firm. But anyways, so the article was pretty interesting, and it got me thinking. Like, the next earnings call will probably be by the end of this year. I think tentatively it's supposed to be in November, but it's basically saying how data center revenues are showing incredibly strong growth. So Bernstein actually met with the CFO of NVIDIA, went there and spoke with people directly at the company. And they basically, and when I say they, I mean NVIDIA, um, said that Blackwell chip revenue could be several $1 billion more than the $3 billion figure that they previously speculated on. Okay, so Nvidia right now has a 3.8, or they're forecasting a $3.8 billion increase in data center revenue. But after this meeting, Nvidia is basically saying, "Whoa, that's the value that we gave initially, but after rolling out the Blackwell chip and kind of scoping things out, like it's looking like there's a huge potential for upside." Okay, so um, I mean, this is kind of like what was even discussed post earnings call in August by Jensen Huang and the CFO, that basically they kind of reassured investors, right? They reassured investors like, hey, everything's fine. You know, we have Blackwell coming out. There's huge demand for it, and we're still on the saddle. Everything's okay. Um, but still, we had a little bit of a sell-off, and based off what I'm seeing here and what I've read, and just my long-term, thesis on Nvidia and what they've been doing, we're going to see a serious pump here soon. Probably within the next few months, you're going to see a serious pump, and you're going to have positive returns over the course of the year. I think this next earnings call for Nvidia is they're really going to blow it out of the water. And I had a hunch for the previous one last, or excuse me, 2 months ago or a month ago, that the demand and how well Nvidia has done over the last 5 quarters, like the expectations were way too high, and people just thought it was going to go, they were going to blow it out of the water every single time. And that's not what happened. Even though they met expectations, it wasn't huge enough for people. So we've kind of come down a little bit, $135 per share down to 116. I think this next earnings call, especially with Blackwell and the demand for it, the price is going to it's going to pump up, because people are going to go, whoa, 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 all right, you know yeah, there was a little bit of a hiccup in August. Now Blackwell's come out. There's very strong numbers. I'm going to buy in. So that's kind of my speculation. Again, guys, this is not legitimate, or excuse me, not financial advice. I'm just telling you my perspective and what I'm doing right now. Nvidia is a power play. It is a power play right now. Microsoft stock got a downgrade this morning because analysts say it's too heavily dependent on Nvidia, too heavily dependent on it. And they said they're basically, Microsoft wealth is transferring over from Microsoft shareholders over to Nvidia shareholders. That's what they're saying. Okay? And no matter what anybody says about how companies like Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft are going to produce their own chips in house, they will never be as good as Nvidia's. Nvidia is way too ahead. way too ahead of anybody else. And to think that these companies are just going to create something that competes as well as NVIDIA's product, at least for the next few years, guys, that's not going to happen. It's not happening. So, um, again, NVIDIA, still a great play. I know the stock has kind of gone sideways right now since or over the last 3 or so months. It's kind of gone down and then sideways, but it'll go back up. You just got to hold tight. Keep putting money towards it right now. $116. I mean, it was down at 105, I believe, 104, 105. Now it's back up to 116, 117. And, NVIDIA will keep doing its thing. So anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next video.